Hello and welcome to another edition of Beer Breath Podcast. It is Friday of the tournament, so we are in the second day of the tournament right now. Do you call it the fourth day? It's the second day, right?
The playing games don't count.
Okay, so we're in the second day of probably one of the greatest weekends in sports. On today's episode, we will obviously do our beer review. We'll also talk about what are we going to? A promotional item that Buffalo Wild Wings has come out with. We'll talk about a bracket season in general, but a bracket that Barstool Sports came out with. And there's something else we're going to talk about. What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, we've got not part of brackets.
Oh, well, yeah, we were going to do like a hot take on brackets.
Well, I just meant the fast food brackets. You already say that?
Yeah, that's a Barstool one.
Oh, that was it.
We'll just talk about this basically being bracket season. So, yeah, get ready for it. That was terrible. Can we start over? That was so bad. All right, whatever.
No. Mike's like, fuck that.
Sports and beer and so much more. Hottest topics on the cutting room floor. Bunch of friends having a blast. Get ready for the Beer Breath Podcast.
Okay, so our beer that we're trying today is the Two Hearted Ale from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan, land of the Fighting Puffs. Where is the gibber? I think I handed it to you.
You did not.
Well, where would I put it?
That's a good question.
It's right here.
Okay.
So this is an American IPA, which I believe is less hoppy than a regular IPA.
Well, yes.
Is that correct?
I don't know, but...
Brewed with 100% Centennial hops, this Bell's American IPA is named after the majestic Two-Hearted River in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Bursting with hop aromas ranging from pine to grapefruit and perfectly balanced with a malt backbone, this beer is well suited for adventures everywhere. So this is a pretty popular one. Bell's is, I think that we've done a Bell's beer before, right?
Possibly.
Or no, it was Founders, the one that we did before.
Bell's is around, though. You see it on tap. I didn't realize how many, I don't know if I talked about it before, but I think it's at B-Dubs on tap, one of them.
Yeah, you can find Bell's around. But it's a pretty solid beer. First taste, I've had it before, but I had it laying around and figured we might as well review it, so.
Yeah.
It's a little hoppy.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little hoppy for my liking, but it's grown on me.
I can't remember the first time I had it, because this wasn't the first time I had it, but I've drinking it quite a bit, and it's probably one of the ones that got me, I don't want to say started drinking IPAs, because I still don't drink them that much.
Well, yeah, I guess. Is it an IPA at that point, or is it an APA?
Well, it's an AIPA, according to the label.
American Indian Pale Ale.
Well, is that what it says? American
yeah, I know,
IPA?
It just seems kind of crazy.
You can call them, I took an American Indian class at Whitewater, and you can refer to them as American Indians.
I guess
it's legal procedure.
Is it Indian? I guess that's right. It's like Native American Indians, or is it the country Indians?
Well,
the Pale Ale.
Indian?
It's
Indian Pale Ale.
It's India.
India.
Yeah, it's India.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. It's native.
American, Native American.
Anyways, what I was saying is, before I was rudely interrupted, I've had this many times before, and it kind of, I don't know, it's not quite as, it's still, you can tell it's an IPA, but it's not as hoppy or bitter as a lot of other. It would be a good transitional if you're trying to get into it more. Because I would drink this a lot.
It's like you can still taste the beer part of it, not just like the hoppiness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. Sam, surely you spelled this.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Are you sipping on anything today, or are we at the
No, it's
Old Faithful Blue Powerade.
It's Orange Powerade today, and I've got vitamin water too. So shout out Dom. He's a vitamin water fan, so I'm doubling up.
Imagine how hydrated you're going to be tomorrow.
I know.
Okay, let's rank these 4 just real quick. Powerade, Gatorade, vitamin water, All Sport.
Vitamin water is its own thing. So I would think you'd got to go Gatorade, Powerade, and then the other ones in the same.
Yeah. Well, I would put vitamin water at the bottom probably, just because I don't ever drink it. I never go to the gas station and I'm like, ooh, vitamin water.
I mean, like, I've had it, I guess, before, but it's just flavored water, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Essentially. It's better than Propel, though. I used to like Propel. I think it's better than Propel.
I don't know. The Propel lemon, remember when we went on that kick? It was so good.
Lemon Propel is unreal. Well, lemon water in general is unreal.
Yeah, but lemon Propel was stupid good. I don't even remember how we got started drinking that, but
Yes, we'll continue to sip on this, and then we'll revisit it after the show. But initial thoughts, medium.
pretty good.
Okay, so it is bracket season here. So one of the nice things about that, and actually they touched on this a little bit in the last podcast, was a promotional thing that Buffalo Wild Wings does. And it is centered around the late research of vasectomies being scheduled around March Madness time. So if you can believe that, vasectomies are scheduled more often around March Madness than any other time of year. So Buffalo Wild Wings is taking advantage of this and introducing something called the Jewel Stool. So this was written about in Forbes, but it looks pretty insane. So let me just see here. Researchers examined data from 235,000 patients, focusing on men ages 20 to 49.
20? People at 20 have vasectomies?
Oh my God!
After you probably teenage pregnancy, you had enough.
True, I guess.
True.
But that's still insane.
So, oh my God! So there's 41% more vasectomies on the Friday, the first week of March Madness in 2016 than any other Friday. In fact, urologists being on the front lines have known this insight for some time, marketing themselves accordingly. So, one group is called Vasectomy Mayhem. The Oregon Urology Institute is called Snip City. And then a one in Cleveland is this March Madness. So pretty.
That's their whole clinic name?
That's I guess.
Or just their promotional name?
That probably the promotional
I'm never
name.
going, if I ever got one, which I don't plan on it, I would never go to Snip City. Like that, doesn't that just like make you shake, like, or make you like feel weird?
Okay, so somebody at work got one and they're explaining the procedure to me, and now anytime I hear it like being brought up, I just get like the heebie-jeebies.
Snip City.
Yeah, no,
Sounds
I feel
so
the same
terrible.
way. Yeah,
Just, oh God, I don't even want to start talking about it. Makes my balls hurt.
So I'm trying to find what exactly this is. So it's like a stool.
yeah.
Basic.
It doesn't look comfy though.
No, it doesn't. There's
Well,
a
you're
thing
probably
like
not comfy if you just had a vasectomy.
Well,
Are you
would
supposed to
wanna
be
as
drinking,
comfortable
though?
as possible.
Huh?
I feel like, yeah, you should be sitting on like a lazy boy, and you shouldn't be drinking, I would think, right? Like, you're not supposed to drink after procedures.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it like a in one day, out the next type of thing?
Yeah, that's what they do.
It
They
doesn't
say
take
it is.
long.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if you're on pain meds, you probably shouldn't be drinking.
Are you on pain meds? I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never had one.
Well, we should ask somebody. But basically, the seat is like, okay, so it has like a little cooler, or not a cooler thing, but like a
Ball shelf.
yeah, kind of. And then,
Kind of
but
like
it has
a probe
like a
that you sit on almost.
yeah, a little bit. And then it has like, what am I trying to say? That you put like
a
your
little bit.
a cup holder, I guess, on the side of it.
Yeah.
And then there's like a fan for your nuts.
I thought it was cooling, not a fan.
It's not a fan, and it's not. They claim it doesn't have ice. I bet it's just like a ice pack.
It looks like a little fan on the picture, the little backwards picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But
it's a cooling system, basically.
I also have very high bit of skepticism that you can actually go and do a Buffalo Wild Wings and sit in one of those.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're real either.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case, I don't know. I think they might, if they were going to do it, they might bring in like actual Lazy Boy.
I would be in the market for one just to have in general for when my balls is hot in the summer.
Yeah, my God. That's what I'm talking about.
Balls is hot.
Come in from mowing the lawn and sit in the jewel stool and have a beer.
All right, speaking of which, me and Mike have talked about this a bunch. But I don't know if, Curtis, you've been involved in it either, but how good is the post, like, well, we usually make it insanely amazing and say you're in like a basement, but you post shower, like go to your room, whatever, and then summer days usually put the fan on and just like air out all your shit.
This was okay. So high school football.
Yeah, this is where it stemmed from.
Yeah, this is where it started from. Come home from a workout, go take a shower, and then my shower was in the basement, which the basement was basically a meat locker at our house, and so. Take a shower, get out of the shower, turn the fan on 1,000, and just stand there in front of the fan or lay there in front of the fan for at least a half hour.
Oh, it was glorious.
In your towel, but your legs spread, so you can just...
Yeah.
God,
so glorious.
Well, that's basically what they're trying to do with this thing, but yeah, so I'm thinking about like, all right, so everybody, I mean, okay, do most people go to like places to watch March Madness? I feel like not really, right?
No, I'm sure, I bet. I've heard people at work talking about taking like Thursday, Friday off and going to V-Dubs or whatever. So I bet it's bumping.
There's like watch parties and stuff too.
I'm just thinking like at home, like you have your own mower, you have your own like. I mean,
we're a little different. Yeah, we're a little different with wanting to watch at home and having a better time at home. The thing that's nice, obviously, though, is you have all the TVs, right? Like at home, you're probably struggling to get all 4 games at once.
Yeah, just imagine if like one game was playing though that you couldn't hear, and then actually we would use that app. I talked about it a long time ago on the podcast, but it basically like you like point it at a TV, and then you just put in headphones, and you can watch whatever sound you want to it, which would be pretty.
You can watch the sound.
Well, you can watch the TV with whatever sound you want.
It was down in Florida, right? They have these.
No. This is an app on your phone.
Oh, okay. But they have similar things, but it's instead of an app, it's just like at the restaurant.
Yeah, they had those at like Applebee's. I think.
Yeah. Okay, I
but
don't know.
No point for those.
Shitty Applebee's, but
yeah. But yeah, so I was just like thinking, like, okay, what if you had your ultimate seat, like a Lazy Boy? Obviously, it'd be a recliner.
What do you mean?
I feel like people like everything is heated, but nobody really wants anything heated. You know what I mean? Like they have heated blankets and they have like all this stuff. Like I guess chicks maybe, but like I feel like everything I want it to be cold. Like a cold blanket, you cannot beat a cold blanket.
No, you can't. Or a pillow. That's the same thing with the pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
what.
So I don't understand. It seems like that would be a good. Well, TM maybe I guess on the cold.
Well, some cars now have cooled seats, which are unreal.
Bobby's okay. So are they Bobby's? My roommate has them, and I always am like, dude, I can't tell at all. I get super pissed. I'm like, dude, I can't tell at all. And the heat, I can
tell.
I can only tell because my back's not sweating when I get out. It's the only way I can tell. I can't like feel the cool.
Okay. You know how you can feel the heat though?
Oh,
I feel like there's technology still to be developed.
Crank that shit up, and then it just like it's just basically blowing air in your balls.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. It's weird, but like it's similarly weird to like when it's super hot and you're like, do I just shit myself or is a seat heater on here? But yeah, either way, is this the greatest weekend in sports?
Probably.
I guess if your team's playing.
Yeah.
Even though without.
Yeah, even without, it's still pretty awesome. Just because there's so much on.
Yeah, the volume. I mean, I would argue that the only one would be the second weekend in college of college football when the pros are on too. Because then you got a pretty good Thursday through through Monday for that one. But
I was gonna say first round of NFL playoffs is a good weekend.
Yeah, but Mike's talking volume though. Like you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's just constant the whole time.
And the thing
it's
with,
always good.
Yeah, the one with what I'm saying why it's not as good is because they're opening games, right? Who really cares first or second weekend? And here you're do or die. So
yeah,
Masters weekend is fun.
I think it. Yeah, if you're a golf fan, then Masters definitely.
Yeah,
but I don't know. There's just something about at any given point during the day you pull it up and there's like 3 games going on.
And there's something about that this weekend which will captivate very, very medium fans, right? Like just your average fans will be all in on college hoops who have never watched a game all year, right? Like you get that more than any other sport. I think like people aren't going to be watching that first weekend in NFL if they hate NFL or like aren't NFL fans.
Yeah, it's because
Go ahead, Joe.
yeah, it's almost like the March legends, right? Like, and I think actually the NCAA might have tweeted something out about that, but like you live for that game where it's like, okay, there's a 2 versus a 15 or something like that, and you know it's like tight down the stretch, and you just think some mid-major like some like name that you've never heard of is gonna get hot and like hit huge shots late. It's like that is captivating to fans, I feel like.
Yeah. Like even I remember last year, it was on a Thursday, I think, and we were just sitting there and there's games on super late too, obviously. And it was the Michigan-Houston game, I think, when what's-his-face came down and hit the game winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
like,
that was...
It's just a random game.
Yeah. Jordan Poole. Yeah, I think that was a Saturday night game.
I feel like last year...
Yeah, it was some night game. But
yeah.
Remember last year, though? I think it was maybe Thursday. Like, it was all chalk. Like, 100% chalk. Was that right? Wasn't there one of the days that was all chalk? Because I think it was. I think it was last year because I didn't fill out a bracket last year per your... which, speaking of, if you haven't filled out a bracket, there's still time. You're going to lose all of Thursday's games, but you still can enter and maybe win. So,
but really, you're only screwed if... Well, I can't. There's really no penalty if
I don't
you
even
get all
know
your
if you
final 4 teams right.
yeah, there's no penalty.
But like
I mean, you've lost that game.
Like I'm saying, you could wait till the first round and then be like, all right, these are all only teams I.
Yeah, I don't buy you being able to do it.
For getting your...
I feel like it's locked down.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could do it. Maybe
Okay.
a little strategy.
Yeah, because wouldn't you just wait and you're like, all right, now my pool's only down to 32 teams that I have to choose from to pick my final 4.
I mean, I guess you could. It doesn't matter. That's not where I was going with
Okay.
this. So what I was saying was I didn't fill out a bracket yet last year because Sam is always like, yeah, I don't fill out a bracket. It's way better to watch the games that way. So I was like, I took off work and I didn't fill out a bracket. And I'm like, I'm just going to watch all these games and enjoy the shit out of all of them. And it was 100% chalk. There was no upsets. There's hardly any close games. And I was like, this is sweet.
I think
dude.
I remember that because that was when you came back from Florida and you were living in my apartment. And
maybe it's that year, 2 years ago.
And you were just sitting down there because I remember I came home from work at lunch and he took those days off. Or maybe he hadn't even started work yet. I can't remember.
No, it was definitely last year that it was all chalk. I mean, I usually take off that year or this time every year because I normally my date of employment started like on 3/28 or something like that. It's like basically a week before March Madness. So I always have days left over that it's like use or lose. And so I always take off these days and it is what it is. But last year I didn't fill out a bracket. Normally, you're filling out a bracket and it's like, that's one of the most interesting things in sports because you're just like, there's no other time where people are just emotionally invested in games that they don't care, unless you gamble. But this is like a gamble, but it's just one bet on all of these different picks. It's like a parlay that has no...
Unless you get a perfect bracket, it has no payoff.
Yeah, which is, almost near impossible. But like it's just different than anything else in sports. And so I took that away because it's like, at that point, then I'm like, if I don't pick K-State to win it all, it's not like, okay, that's a bad example. If I pick a team to win a game and I don't really care, then I'm like not emotionally invested in the team, but I kind of am, or I want an upset. And, I'm not necessarily thinking the right. It's kind of like fantasy football, the same type of
but then
type of mentality.
I feel like if you don't fill out a bracket, it takes away some. Because still, it's fun to like check your bracket, and you're like, oh, even if you do bad, you're like, oh, dude, I did so shitty. But it's still awesome because.
So maybe this is the take, Sam. Why don't you explain to us why you don't fill out a bracket?
It was the reason you explained is because you're like, oh, I have this team going to the Final Four, so now I'm not going to cheer for this awesome upset because I want my bracket to do well for whatever sort of stupid bragging rights reasons, so I can walk around. So that's one of them, just like you already explained it. Second one is everyone's takes, like at the office, like, oh, I've still got all my teams, I've got all this. How's your bracket doing? I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, just stop. And first of all, you're lying. Second of all, I don't even care if you're lying. I don't care at all about your bracket. Like, none of that. I don't care. So, like, that always pissed me off, is office guy telling you about his bracket.
How good he is.
What?
I like how good he is at picking teams.
Yeah. It's like, all right, man, like, cool.
Or
like
the chick in the office that picked it on, like, the mascot or whatever. And she's like, oh, my God, like, 90%. I mean, like, the 99th percentile.
Yeah, so that it's just a little annoying things. And then, like, I don't know. I haven't had a worse, like, time not doing it than when I used to do it. I don't know. It's not. I mean, like I said, I've had a better time. That's why I haven't done one in 5 years. And I don't plan on doing one for a long time. So,
the other thing that this bracket infatuation has done is it has ruined March from like the court standpoint. I cannot stand the mid-court now. It used to be the NCAA bubble, the blue one. Like, just, I don't know what it was, but that was like, it's almost sentimental. It was like, there was always the blue circle at center court that had the NCAA in it, and now it's like March Madness, and it has the brackets with like the black and blue and stuff like that. And it's like, that looks so stupid on the court compared to just like the...
I haven't even noticed. That's an insane thing to get mad about, I feel like.
You haven't? Oh, man. I feel like that just bothers me because I feel like the NCAA was just so... I don't know. Maybe it's because we never went to the tournament growing up, so I'm like... I always made it a bigger deal than what it probably was because we never went.
Well, they used to have... I'm pretty sure it used to not even be like... I'm pretty sure that wherever it was hosted had like a different court each time.
They did, but the NCAA was always in the middle, except until the Final Four, and then you get to keep part of the. If you win the championship, you get to keep the Final Four court.
Yeah, because it has a special Final Four logo.
Mm-hmm. The ball is tipped, and then they would always have like, it would always be the NCAA, like that's looking down. The ball is tipped, and then they would tip it. I don't know.
That's a weird thing to be upset about.
It was just like you look at the tournament and there's things like, for me, it was the NCAA middle piece. It was the one shining moment. It was Rafferty's Onions. It was Gus Johnson. And all these things just keep falling one by one.
Rafferty's Onions.
Well, it is. Onions.
Well, one of the biggest tragic, and I don't know if you guys listen to PMT this week, but Big Cat's been talking about it a ton, is how can they not have Gus on anymore? How can they not sign him to just a 2-week contract or have some sort of stipulation?
Like the 10-day contract.
Yeah, it's like, dude, come on. He's made for March.
He's a perfect March person.
So frustrating.
There's no one better, honestly. Is there?
No. Well, no. That's not even close. I'm trying to think who even does. I mean, okay, Rafferty, but then like Reggie Miller does some.
No, but if you're talking
Marv
about
Albert.
Yeah, if you're talking about the main announcers, not analysts, you got like Marv Albert. Harlan's really good. Kevin Harlan's good.
Harlan, yeah.
Yeah, Harlan's good.
But it's all like the NBA guys, basically.
Yeah, Spiro, Adidas, he's doing the K-State game. He's all right. Iron Eagle, I'm sure.
Didn't Jim Nance do one?
Yeah, Jim. Sure.
He usually does the Final Four, I think.
Yeah.
It was Jim and Rafferty last year, right? It was Rafferty's first time doing the Final Four, I think, last year.
I can't remember.
Or something like that.
I quit paying attention as soon as Gus wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah. Which brings up one of the greatest things of all time. So if you don't know Gus Johnson, you probably actually do, but you don't know it. But he has a soundboard on the internet, which is like all of his one-liners. So like we'll just go through a couple. What?
Nice.
That was a good one.
There you go. He buries it.
This sounds really good. This is going to sound incredible.
My name's Al Harrington, and I get buckets. I can't even find the best one, but one of the best ones was the K-State Xavier game.
Well, he has all-timers from that game.
Yeah. Straight away.
Yeah, there's...
Oh!
Yeah, a bunch of them are against us because it was freaking Holloway and Crawford making just
yeah.
butt shots like insane. But he does he's in shape was pulling in whatever triple overtime, hitting the three at the top of the key.
That game was insane.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, so then of course this then prompts all bracket season things. So everybody's coming out with brackets of different things, and
which I love. Like, I'm huge about it. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, there's a bracket for it." I don't care. I love them all. Like, who doesn't love voting in a bracket, like a matchups? Like, that's amazing. And I just said this after I don't fill one out.
Yeah, stirring up controversy. This is also good, but I don't ever fill out.
Well, I just think it's funny that people like do brackets about just things that are not, sports related, or they would never, like, this is not real or whatever, but people just rank stuff. And the more fun thing is to talk about like the different rankings. So you guys might want to pull this up, but
hopefully I don't lose Sam in this process.
Barstool Sports did an ultimate fast food and fast casual. Oh, I didn't see that part. Restaurant bracket.
Yeah.
So there's a couple, you can go search this on their page if you want to. But there was a couple surprises here.
Yeah, a couple that stand out. For me, this would be like...
Let's just go through the one seeds really quick.
Okay.
Just so people kind of understand, like, just maybe get their bearings a little bit. So McDonald's was the number one overall, and then Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, and Wendy's.
Five Guys seems like an insane one.
Yeah,
so
that's
Wendy's,
kind of. That's a wild one seed. Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, everyone can agree on, right? Like, those are pretty standard. I would have thought Taco Bell would have been a one seed.
Yeah, they got kind of snubbed, I think, as a two seed.
So let's just kind of run through McDonald's bracket here and just see like if there's anything.
Some of these also being from our neck of the woods, I've never heard of.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like,
so
DQ's got to beat Hardee's, right? Like Carl's Jr., Dairy Queen. Come on, right? And Dairy Queen's an 11 seed versus 6 seed Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
so
if you pick Dairy Queen over Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, then you clearly have never had Carl's Jr. or Hardee's.
I haven't, so I would choose Dairy Queen.
You would choose Carl. You would. I'm confused by that.
I would choose Hardee's over Dairy Queen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Oh my god.
So much depth on Dairy Queen with the ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's their like one player. Everything else is
that's
like,
their sixth
good.
man. The sixth man of the year off the bench is
No,
Reese's Blizzard.
That's their only thing.
Man, you know
That's
who?
their
You know
only
who's
thing
a,
that they have.
Chicken strip basket.
You know who's
It's
a
like any other
brutal
chicken strip basket you would ever get.
You know who's a brutal 3 seed? Subway. Terrible. Gonna lose so early.
Oh yeah. No, well, they would never over Churches. Like they drew a bad. They had a bad draw.
Yeah.
Like
Churches
if they would have
take them
had.
down.
Well, Quiznos is a pretty damn good one as well. Or wait, no, that's not it. Schlonsky's, that's a tough one.
Schlonsky.
Taco Cabana.
He said that so insane.
Schlonsky's?
No, the first time you said it, I'm so
Oh,
absurd.
Schlonsky's.
Oh my gosh,
So,
Culver's a sneaky good 4 seed, but in a
So
tough
hold on,
bracket.
let's just go through. Let's go through this with just real quick, talking about like some upsets or whatever. Dom mentioned Chipotle A&W upset city. I don't think so at all.
No, that's yeah.
And
I'm
they
all
have an
about
easy
that,
road.
obviously. I hate Chipotle.
They have an easy road, really. Honestly, Chipotle has to beat Panera or Jersey Mike's, Arby's, and then Carl's Jr. or Dairy Queen. So they have a really easy road to the Elite Eight. Arby's taking on Taco Cabana. Panda Express over Potbelly. Panda over Whataburger. I would probably say Whataburger's overrated.
It is slightly, but it's still way better than a lot of the things on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
true.
it's a little overrated. I'd agree, but it's not a bad place. I'm not going to turn it down.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's go down to Chick-fil-A's bracket. So Chick-fil-A's the number 1 overall. Burger King at number 2. Ooh, Sbarro. I didn't see that one on there. But Burger King versus Sbarro, that might be upset city just because it's a little bit different.
For me, my bracket, I'm definitely picking that up. Even though Sbarro's not good.
Wait,
No,
no,
it's
Burger
not
King.
gonna be
Terrible.
This is like the Missouri, when they were a 2 seed and they played that terrible team and lost. This is basically
How about
that.
12 seed Torchy's Tacos? I don't even consider that fast food, but that's amazing because they're
Yeah,
going to
that's-
destroy
okay.
Domino's.
Domino's got
Torchy's-
a bad draw.
Torchy's might make my final 4 in that one.
Torchy, no.
Culver's,
Over Chick-fil-A?
though.
Come on.
Culver's in that next round is... Culver's is so solid.
This might be the bracket of death, honestly. Torchy's Tacos is like that 12 play-in game with some shitty restaurant that you've never heard of, and then they got here and Domino's is like, fuck. Like we won our conference, but we had to play Torchy's Tacos.
I don't know.
I'm a big
Torchy's
fan of
pretty
Penn
good.
Station, actually, and it being a 16 is pretty devastating when you could have
It's still not
slid it
going to
in.
beat Chick-fil-A.
No.
Okay,
no.
this is what I'm saying, though. This is a bracket of death. We have Chick-fil-A, Penn Station, 116. Moe's and Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's probably the upset there. Culver's, Boston Market. That's an easy one, Culver's. Domino's, Torchy's Tacos. I mean, you
I'll
got to
take
get Torchy's.
Torchy's,
Yeah,
yeah.
12 over that.
That's a pretty common upset, too. 12 over 5.
Yeah, that's like everybody's. This is my upset pick.
Yeah.
White Castle versus Little Caesars. You have to go Little Caesars, right?
Yeah, I do.
I've never really had White Castle, so I can't
It's
say.
bad. So.
It's miserable. Yeah,
And I don't
there's
like
no-
Little Caesars, but it's...
Another
White Ca-
Kansas institution, I think.
Those are
Yeah,
two
Wichita. Yeah,
butt mud
It's
central, though. White Castle and Little Caesar.
yeah, that's true.
Mexican pizza cutters.
Okay, so far we have a 9 over an 8, and a 12 over a 5, an 11 over a 6. Subway versus Churches 3-14 matchup. That's easily Churches. I've never had Cookout, but Papa John's drew that as a 7-10, so we'll say Papa John's.
Yeah, Papa Yobs is probably moving on.
And then you have like a Burger King Sbarro matchup here. Probably a
That's like
preference.
the super late game that no one really cares about or watches.
Yeah, this is Doug though. He would obviously put Burger King in the
He's
final
got it. Yeah,
4.
that might be his natty.
Going all the way. He's gonna either get it 100% right or 100% wrong.
I didn't know Doug was a Burger King fan. Dom.
Oh my god, he's a fiend.
Yeah, he loves BK.
It's clutch. I'll have to
Doesn't
bond
mean
with him
anything.
over that.
I mean, it's fine. I would probably still put them over Sbarro's.
Yeah,
But the thing is, if they do that
but
versus
that's
Papa John's, I
That's
don't know.
based on their
Garlic sauce might come in as a 6-man on Papa John's.
BK doesn't have depth, but they have maybe one of the John Wooden watch lists in chicken fries.
Spicy chicken fries?
Haven't spelled
So-
those.
That
What?
alone, chicken fries might carry.
Okay.
BK a little
They
bit.
also have the greatest smooth move of all time, which was Mike one time when we were in the Ville, because BK is always, they're open late. And so Mike got 10 nugs, obviously. And they,
Okay, first of all, it's an absolute cluster in Aggieville at 2 a.m. So I ordered the $1.49 10 nugs for $1.49, and I ate them. I was still kind of hungry, so I took the way they hand out food is you just show them your receipt. And so I took my receipt back up there. I was like, "Yeah, I'm still waiting on my food. I haven't got my nugs yet." And they just gave me another 10-piece nuggets for my receipt.
Oh,
So that
my.
might put him over Sabaro there, just on the Mike Scotch Bowl alone. The smooth move there.
Yeah.
We can. So I still think Chick-fil-A comes out of this bracket. It's tough, like a lot of good high seeds, but I think Chick-fil-A still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
They've got the depth to go all the way.
Okay, so then we go over to Five Guys bracket here. This is kind of a crazy bracket.
Yeah, this is
Five
an
Guys versus
insane
Roy
one.
Rogers. Never heard of it. Portobello's, Zaxby's.
Portobello's?
Portillo's.
Or
That would,
Portobello mushrooms.
for me,
Portillo's could go away
for
for me.
me, the problem is it's probably mainly Chicago and maybe Arizona.
Yeah.
So Portillo's is not going to
But
beat
Portillo's
Five Guys.
but it's so good though.
In my bracket, it wins, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Okay, so I haven't had Portillo's.
There's so much
What is
stuff
it?
there.
It's like everything.
It's like a Chicago institution.
yeah. It's got like the beefs we always talk about, Italian beefs, burgers, hot dogs, sausages, and then
chocolate cake.
it's chocolate cake, ribs. But the first things we mentioned are probably the big ones. I used to always get big beef with a large cheese fry, and then I'd never be full when I was fat. And then I would go back and get a Chicago dog. That was amazing. Or you,
It sounds amazing.
yeah.
Honestly, this might be. It would probably come out of that bracket. Like, this is a Cinderella story there because Five Guys is good, but it can be beaten. And then you have Pizza Hut versus Firehouse Subs. Firehouse Subs easily takes Pizza Hut. 4-13 matchup.
I don't know about easily.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I like Firehouse, but we've had Pizza Hut buffet as like an institution for us, so.
Yeah. Another Kansas.
That's true. Bojangles versus Noodles & Co. Who cares? You're going to lose next round. Jack in the Box, Poku, or however you say that. They're going to lose next round. Also, Popeyes, that has a little feet to it.
Schlongski.
Suck my Schlongski.
LJ Silver's Long John Silver's versus Wingstop. I probably have Wingstop coming out of that. Wingstop's not that good though, so I don't know.
No, it beats Long.
It
long
beat
dogs.
Long John.
Long
I wish
Schlongs.
could play Schlongskis, but
Okay, and then this is the most controversial one here. In-N-Out is a 2 seed, which most people would look at this and say, okay, 1 versus 2 seed in the final, Five Guys versus In-N-Out. Who's going to come out alive? I have In-N-Out has a pretty easy road to Popeyes. Unless you're Larry, who's going to have Schlotzky's over Popeyes and probably winning the championship. But I think In-N-Out is overseeded.
so give me the breakdown on In-N-Out. Just not going to the West Coast much. I know that's the one with the animal style.
Yeah. So it's basically like a shitty Five Guys with animal style fries, which are terrible. It's basically like Thousand Island on the fries.
See, I like In-N-Out's burgers. I don't get my fries all crazy like that though.
I don't either.
Can't
But
you get your
then-
burger like that? I would want my burger like that, not my
Animal
fries. Yeah.
Animal style burger's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just think it's. Yeah, I guess I haven't had an animal style, but I just think that it's a little overrated.
Yeah, that's fine. It snuck in as a 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean they snuck in. Yeah, they played in a good conference and tied. Like they're the LSU
They played
kind of.
No, they won the Pac-12.
Yeah, that's true. They're out west. They definitely
Yeah.
won the Pac-12. So I think if we're gonna be honest here, like obviously I would say Portillo's, but I'm besides that maybe Popeyes comes out of this region.
Yeah,
As
I
a
haven't
3 seed?
had Portillo's, so Popeyes would definitely come out of this for me. But
Yeah.
I am intrigued now on Portillo's.
Portillo's is amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely potential. I think the last 3 years, a 7-seed or lower. 4 years, a 7-seed or lower has made the Final Four. That probably is my 7-seed or lower that makes the Final Four.
Okay, so who you got so far in your Final Four out of the first bracket with McDonald's?
Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A. No,
Yeah,
you don't.
Chick-fil-A's one.
Chick-fil-A's in the
I wouldn't choose McDonald's, but I thought we were going to try and make a consensus. But, you guys are probably choosing Chipotle out of that one.
I'm choosing Chipotle because I can be swayed, but I don't know. I don't see anybody on here who can beat them.
I don't know. Mine would probably come down to Whataburger and Chipotle, and I might pick Whataburger over Chipotle.
Oh my god. I cannot. There's no way we're coming to consensus. If
I'm
it's
just choosing
Whataburger.
McDonald's on that one. That bracket's ass.
That bracket is ass, especially for the number one overall. I mean, I get McDonald's, right? Trendy pick.
Yeah.
Okay, and then all right, so whatever. And then on the third one, then you guys have Portillo's
Or Popeyes. It would be one of those two.
Okay,
Yeah.
so mine right now is Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes.
Yeah.
And you guys have McDonald's or
I have
Whataburger.
I have Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, and Portillo's.
And Sam, you have what?
I would have the same except sub McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then let's go on to the last bracket. Wendy's, a little overseeded, maybe the third in the ACC here.
Yeah.
So they're a 1 seed against Wiener Schnitzel. Then we have
All name team.
Yeah, all name
Yeah,
team
all
for
name
sure.
team.
We need Key and Peele doing that part.
Taco Bell a 2 seed in this.
Sonic an 8?
Okay, listen, that's my upset pick here. And KFC as a 3 is the worst pick of all time.
Yeah, but it's plain Blimpie, which might as well be just pooping out a sandwich. So they're going to win the first round. If you've ever had Blimpie, it's
I've never had
so
it.
I've never
bad.
had it.
It's just
Okay,
like
but
it's
how do
just
you, how do you
white
put
bread.
KFC as a 3 seed and Church's at a 14 seed?
Yeah, they're going, overall money making on a lot of these because that's
Also-
absurd.
Okay,
Also, Skyline Chili, all name team again, but against a number 10 Qdoba. I've never had Skyline Chili, but Qdoba kind of got snubbed there.
Qdoba wins that one for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so I didn't see this until just now that Steak and Shake made the bracket.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And
Okay.
so what do you guys, I always hear people talk about Shake Shack. I have no idea where it is. I think, is it an East Coast thing?
I think. I don't know. I've never had it either.
Okay, I see it all over. Maybe
I
it's
think I've had
Chicago
it once,
too.
but it wasn't impressionable on me. So listen, this one's going to get a little wild for me because okay, so Wendy's is obviously going to win against Wiener Schnitzel. I've never had it. Sonic is taking him down. The ultimate meat and cheese breakfast burrito.
Once
is-
again, the depth on the roster of Sonic is unreal.
Yeah.
They
That
had
I'll
Mott
agree
Sticks coming off the bench.
You can, you can,
Are you kidding?
and their drinks, you can just go there for just drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, unreal. There's literally if you like food or drink, there's literally something on Sonic's menu that you can find that you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want water? Okay, you can get water with lemon or a flavor. You want fucking wings? You can get wings there. Which
You
are
want
shitty.
a breakfast burrito at 3 p.m?
Because
Okay.
you just got your ass up and you're hungover as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's unreal. You can order ahead on the app, which by the way, if you haven't had the app, or if
No
you
free
haven't,
ads, but yeah.
yeah, no free ads, but half price drinks all the time, constantly through the app. Pretty unreal. That's an easy upset for me. The bottom half, I don't know. Who do you
Cane's?
guys have coming out of that? Probably Cane's,
Cane's is good.
but just the whole bottom half of that is shitty. Cane's, KFC, Qdoba, Taco Bell.
Yeah, the bottom half is shit
Miserable.
central.
Yeah.
Literally shitty.
Yeah.
That's in the toilet region.
Yeah. There's because I heard Skyline Chili is basically butt mud on noodles. So that one is pretty bad. And we all know Taco Bell, which I thought would have been a 1 seed. I'm not going to choose it here just because it's basically drunk food, right?
Yeah, it should have been though. This was a snub.
Yeah. They should have been 1.
So,
Who do you guys like?
So for me, honestly, this sounds kind of insane, but it comes down to Sonic or Steak and Shake.
Yeah, and that really determines it because the bottom half is so bad. I mean, Cane's comes out of the bottom half. They're the Elite 8 team out of there. Right.
Yeah.
I would still take
this?
T-Bell.
You have 8. Oh, okay. So Sam has 8, 4, 6, and 2, basically, as his Elite 8. And
No,
then you have... So you have Taco Bell coming out as your Final Four team?
No, Steak and Shake is my Final Four team.
Steak and Shake. Okay. Mike, who you got?
I think I have to go Steak and Shake as well.
I am literally a toss up on this, so I'll go Steak and Shake as well.
I thought Mike was going to go Sonic.
Yeah, that was tough, but yeah,
I am 100. That's the hardest decision I've had there. Steak and Shake
over Sonic.
or over Sonic, because Sonic it just has so much.
Sonic has so much, but I would say if you're getting like a double burger or a patty melt and fries, like the Steak and Shake with the shake, I mean, and everything costs like $3.99. You're like get like the most insane
so
amount
cheap.
of food for. They're like, oh, that's $3.99 for your burger, fries, and drink.
Double
I'm like,
burger, large fries, milkshake, and drink.
$4.99.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do our final.
Also, all who's winning the NIT is Freddy's.
Yes.
yeah.
Freddy's.
Oh my God,
NIT.
Freddy's easily wins the NIT.
Yeah,
NIT champ.
for sure.
Yeah, sheesh. So that was like what happened here was somebody stupid like I don't know, Baja Fresh or whatever won their conference tournament and they weren't supposed to. And so Freddy's was like on the bubble and they didn't make it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so who you got in the final and who you got winning here?
This is so tough.
Sam has McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
I got Chick-fil-A winning that one.
Okay, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. You have who you got?
Portillo's and
Portillo's.
Steak
and
and
Shake.
Steak and Shake.
Wish they could meet in the finals, but I'll take Portillo's over Steak and Shake and Chick-fil-A versus Portillo's. And I'm going to go Portillo's. So my 8-seed champion. My
Let's
8-seed
go.
champ. Let's go.
The 8-seed champ. Can't take it.
Kentucky a few years ago, didn't they almost make the title? It's like, I think they did. Syracuse.
I think when they beat us, they were like or not when they beat us.
Yeah, that was the roll letter dunk game. They were an 8 seed or a 9 seed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they might have like
'cause
made
we were
it
the
all the way to
9.
the title.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And the previous year they were in the NIT, and the previous year they won the Natty. Pretty insane. Must
All
have
right,
a change in management.
who do you guys got?
Mike?
Okay, so I have Chick-fil-A versus
Whataburger,
I'm taking Chick-fil-A.
obviously.
Hobby. Chick-fil-A, pretty consensus natty pick. Then I have Portillo's versus Steak and Shake, just like Sam. And I want to be different, but I want to pick Portillo's.
Same championship.
Okay. So,
But I'll pick Chick-fil-A as the final champ.
final champ. Okay.
Yeah, they squeak one out over Portillo's.
Okay. Overtime game?
Yeah, triple.
Ooh.
Oh, onions.
The
Well, no pun intended.
spicy chicken sandwich, it's a fucking deep game winner.
Half quarter spicy
chocolate
chicken
cake
sandwich.
shake.
And
can't
Chick-fil-A
just-
has spicy chicken nugs coming in next year, potentially.
No.
As a recruit?
No. Well, yeah, from Adidas money.
I know, but they might be my favorite for next year, too. If they
If
can
they have
get,
spicy chicken nugs, that's a Zion Williamson.
Yeah, that's true.
Spicy chicken nugs, you don't even have to have a bracket.
I would
unless they
change
get hurt.
I would change my pick. That's how much those would matter in life.
Yeah, okay. So, honestly, mine is a lot harder. I have Chick-fil-A versus Chipotle. I love them both dearly, but Chick-fil-A, they're just so much more diverse. And, like, okay, if you have never had a Chick-fil-A salad, like as a lunch option or whatever, their salads are unreal good. Their spicy Southwest salad with a creamy salsa is like, I mean, it's really good. It doesn't taste like you're eating a salad at all. Okay, and then my other bracket, I have Popeyes versus
Sonic?
yeah, I'm gonna go back and say Sonic over Steak and Shake. This is gonna be an easy win for
They
Chick-fil-A.
went to a
either
review
way.
and Sonic
Yeah.
got it. Steak and Shake was
so it
out of
on the
bounds.
line.
Yeah.
Sonic got it. So I will put just based on depth. I have two veteran teams here based on depth. I'll put Sonic in it. This sounds insane. I would have never thought that. But this is a shitty side of the bracket. They had an easy road, basically, to the Final Four. I'll put Sonic versus Chick-fil-A in a runaway victory.
Wow. Consensus Chick-fil-A natty.
Wow.
No, not Sam. He had Portillo's.
Oh, yeah,
Sam, I
that's
didn't
true.
take it, yeah. Sam, I
insane
called myself
pick
Sam.
by you. I would say pretty insane pick by you, but I had Sonic and the Natty, so
Yeah,
that,
but you've
that one
also-
really got away from me.
You've also never had Portillo's. So,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
So that could factor in too.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't understand, speaking on Portillo's before we move on, is why places like this can't be in, like, if you put Portillo's, no one can convince me, if you put Portillo's in Kansas City or even freaking Manhattan, that it wouldn't just make a killing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why I don't do that.
You should become a franchisee or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
might be
I
onto
should.
All right. Well, there it is. 2 Chick-fil-A. Well, I can't even say Chick-fil-A versus Portillo's because Sam already decided that for us.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I was going to say if we had to go to a consensus, that has to be a buzzer beater for you, though, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I still love Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's
So-
unreal good.
So it's not like I mean, you didn't even mention just like, I'm pretty sure they have a good breakfast and they have chicken biscuits too.
The chicken.
The spicy chicken biscuit in
Yeah,
the morning.
so-
Oh, fuck me.
Do you want to change your pick, Sam?
No,
the
I mean, it
spicy
is-
chicken biscuit is unreal.
You can't get breakfast at Portillo's unless you're just an animal and you just eat that for breakfast. But
And listen, Chick-fil-A sauce is like the point guard that doesn't really score a lot, but he keeps it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A
sauce is so
sauce is-
good.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
The
It
cheese
takes a
sauce at
Chick-fil-A sauce
Portillo's
win
is
in
really
March.
good though. The hot cheese sauce with cheese fries at Portillo's. Not that cheese sauce is anything special. Like Chick-fil-A sauce is obviously, a combination, I believe, of honey mustard and barbecue, of some sort that makes it just crack cocaine. But
Okay, Mike said earlier Freddy's for his NIT winner. I'm going to take a different pick. I'm going to say Pepper Jack's
the chili
NIT
special.
winner.
On standby.
That's a snub, bud.
I never
That's a
had it when I was
snub.
down there.
P. Jack's was unreal. if there's a rollout here, where does it seed? And then
Just-
no depth, one player only.
One player.
One
has to be
player.
a 16.
It's what
yeah,
is
but
it?
they would have taken Wendy's.
It's the Michael Beasley Cats, basically. No, we even had more depth than that.
Yeah, it's true. All right. So, okay, we're about probably up on time, right? Let's
Close.
what are we at here? All right, doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter. All right.
So, let's do one hot take of the tournament. I'm sure that you guys have been thinking about this a little bit, but what is one thing that you think is going to happen in the tournament that other people are not thinking about? Because I guess the reason this starts in the conversation is because everybody right now, maybe deservedly so, has K-State losing to UC Irvine. That's like the popular upset pick, but that always happens. Like everybody's like, oh, better watch out for UC Irvine. They're going to upset K-State.
Yeah,
And I'm
but-
saying that they'll probably lose, but there's always like an upset pick and then everybody picks that and then that team
doesn't
loses.
happen, yeah. Like, literally no one, obviously, picked UC, Loyola Chicago last year.
Right. I think like everybody was like SDSU last year, right? Like everybody was saying South Dakota State because of what's his nuts?
Mike Dom.
Yeah, the Dominator to like the Sweet 16, and then it's like, yeah, it didn't really work out or whatever. Okay, so what's your off the radar take, Sam?
Another hot team, my off the radar pick is
It doesn't have to necessarily be a pick. It could be
just
something
just
else, but-
any sort of hot take. Well, one of my hot takes is that I don't think I would take the field against Duke. Everyone's loving Duke to win, and I would just take the field. I love watching Zion, but I would just say a different team. One of the other teams that I think is going to lose early, which everyone has fallen in love with, is Michigan State. Don't like Michigan State very much. I know they played well in the Big Ten tournament, but I think the reason I don't like them is because I've watched 3 games and they lost to ass teams. And those just happen to be the 3 games I watched. So those would be my only ones. So now they will. And luckily, Michigan State plays Duke in the Elite Eight. So I have to be semi-right on something there if they both advance. So
The thing about Michigan State is Tom Izzo always takes them
effect.
to the Final Four. it doesn't seem like it matters.
Except for last year, I think.
Except for the first forever round. Since. So that used to be true, but I feel like it's not anymore.
Yeah, but they haven't been. Yeah, I don't know.
Mike, what's your hot take for the tournament?
I guess it's a hot take, and this is my bracket pick for the Final Four is Buffalo is going to make the Final Four.
God, I'm so mad I didn't just say that because I was going to say Tech is going to lose to Buffalo.
Yeah, I have Buffalo making my Final Four in my my bracket.
Okay,
I like it.
I have two things here, and they both come in the same top half of the bracket. And I don't really see where this is going to happen, but it's my gut feeling. Duke is going to be the first number 1 seed to lose.
That's Hot Take Central.
Okay, that's Hot Take Central because they have the easiest fucking road of all time. My other hot take is that Liberty makes it to the Sweet 16.
Ooh.
But again, are they going to beat Duke, or are the 1 seeds going to go to the Elite 8?
Who's the 4 seed they have to play after Mississippi State?
Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
No, Mississippi State's...
State's...
So Liberty versus...
no, I mean
Tech.
after they win the first round against Mississippi State.
Versus Tech.
Okay.
I think it's going to happen. So it's not that crazy, though, to think that in the Elite 8, so from the Elite 8, they could be tied, I guess. Because I have this is insane because I also think that Tech could easily go down to Buffalo, but I have Tech in the Final Four. And I have Virginia, Duke, North Carolina as the 1 seeds. So the first one that I have losing in my bracket would be Gonzaga, but I feel like I might be wrong.
So my theory,
that's a cop-out pick.
Well, my theory is that one bracket always gets boogered up. Something happens early. And it just is a domino effect through the whole bracket, and that's Gonzaga for me because I have Murray State going pretty far too.
Really? Yeah. I mean I have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, but then I have Tech and Marquette in the Elite 8.
And
Mike's, you guys' brackets are so against each other. I feel like
I have Gonzaga and then Syracuse over Baylor. Marquette over Murray State, which Murray State's... but I feel like Murray State is okay, you
it's
have
another hot pick.
You have that one hot pick, but he's pretty much all I got. So I have, listen to this. This is maybe a hot take. Vermont over Florida State.
It's not... We watched that Florida State Duke game, and Florida State looked pretty abysmal.
The another hot one that I hear a lot of people going super upset is Yale over LSU. Have you guys heard them saying that because they don't have a coach?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that crazy, I guess, because they don't have a coach.
I feel like KU got the easiest 13 ever.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's so stupid. Why couldn't we play Northeastern? And then have our second round, or I guess a third round, be... I would play Auburn if it meant that we got...
Northeastern was 23-10.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Also, they're also one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the country, I think.
Northeastern?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all white guys.
But, let's not get
that
too
bracket,
into depth because this could all be over by the time this gets released.
That's true, but that bracket is so ass. North Carolina is the one. Utah State versus Washington, kill me. Auburn versus New Mexico State. Some people are picking New Mexico State, but no point. KU over Northeastern, Iowa State, Ohio State, Houston, Wofford versus Seton Hall, and Kentucky.
I had Wofford beating Kentucky in one of mine, I think.
Big time.
That might be hot take central.
Yeah, true. But my biggest hot take was Buffalo making the Final Four.
Okay. All right.
Which could, I don't know when Buffalo plays, but that could be completely out the window by the time this
podcast
comes out.
I hope all of these are wrong. It's going to be amazing.
All right. Let's wrap up. What do you think about the beers? How many ounces? Out of 16.
Two-Hearted.
The Two-Hearted Ale from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan.
So this is probably one of my favorite IPAs.
Okay.
And therefore, my favorite IPA still only will get to 12 out of 16 ounce.
Okay, so at 12.
Yeah.
That's what I was about going to put you at. I'm still at about a 10 because I mean, it's a good beer. I don't really love IPAs all that much, so I'll do like a 10 and a half.
Okay.
10.5.
Decimals.
Okay, 10.
Well, if it depends on how you round. If you're truly in your mind at a 10.5, that's an 11.
I always defer to lower seed. It's chili rounding.
One thing I want to do before is, how in the world is Oklahoma a 9 seed? They should have been like out of the tournament or
12
barely
or
in.
14 seed.
They should have been a negative 3 seed.
This is insane. I guess I like missed that when it came through. They have good non-con wins. Okay, sweet.
Who?
Yeah. Oklahoma.
Like who did they beat in the non-con?
They
They
beat,
basically went undefeated.
Yeah, they beat like Wofford, Florida. They beat a bunch of teams. Like it's pretty good.
Okay, here's the other thing. It pisses me off that KU is the seed that they are because, and like, I understand we're probably not going to go far this year because like Dean's hurt, right? And I still think we have a good team, but at the end of the day, and we should probably talk about this honestly, it like, does it tarnish Dean's legacy that he got hurt and didn't really play in any tournament games? Probably so. I mean, I think that's the difference between Raptors and not Raptors.
Yeah.
He shot like 50% and was top 10 in every single category in school history. For anybody, that's like Rafter mode, but he only played in one tournament game, healthy, his entire career.
Which was the playing game, right?
Yeah.
In whatever year that was.
No, he played in the next game after that, didn't he?
Okay,
Cincinnati.
So
we got
game,
absolutely throttled.
Yeah, the game after that. That's the only game that he played in. I don't count the playing game.
Oh, okay.
Well, we just said at the beginning of the podcast we didn't count the playing game. So he played in one game his career in the tournament. Like, I mean, it's not his fault, right? Like, obviously he wants to be out there, but that has to tarnish your legacy a little bit.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Like legends are made in March. Mario Chalmers was made in March. I mean, he was okay. He was good during his career, but he was made because of March. 1 year in March.
Oh, wait.
So, I don't know. I feel bad for him in that, but
So one thing I want to get to, real quick before we wrap up, how could you ever know? I don't know, but if he was hurt in the last 2 games, let's say, and he played, I would be pissed because while winning the Big 12 is cool, you could, first of all, yeah, well, it doesn't, but you could have, you could have won. You could have won, and if that meant he was healthy, like if you can guarantee all this is speculation, right? We don't know it all. But if he played to win that Big 12 title, I don't know. That's stupid to me. That is not worth it when you could have rested up if that's where it got re-injured, or if it was injured and he played through it to then re-injure it or something, which obviously all speculation, but I don't agree with that. Especially, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that was the move.
I honestly, I don't think that was the case. Like, I don't think he played through it so he could win the Big 12, and that was it. I think he played all of those games, and then he had the Oklahoma game. And I don't know, at maybe the halftime of the Oklahoma game, they're just like, listen, like, it's not good. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, you can go out there and play, but you're probably done after this. At that point, then what do you do?
Yeah, you just play. Yeah,
you just play.
I'm sure that's more likely. Yeah,
I wish that Bruce would honestly come out and put it to rest, but he might not be doing that because he doesn't want to hurt Dean's draft stock too much. Which, I mean, it eventually will come out.
He's not getting drafted. I can't fathom someone drafting him
just because he's been hurt all the time.
Yeah,
no, I agree, but I mean, you still don't want to put it completely.
Maybe not his draft stock, but his future career.
Right. Yeah, okay. So I say draft stock. I mean, like, somebody picking him up in free agency or...
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I think I think he'll still be fine. Like, I don't know. I think nothing would have mattered here in the last few months. What happened? Injury, not injury, as far as where his career... Like, he's still going to make money playing basketball. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I feel bad for him because it's not, I mean, I am certain that he wants to get out there and play. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not fun for him to just be sitting there either, but I don't know. That's an unfortunate.
But it sucks. I mean, think about last year. Could have legitimately won the national championship.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even
this year.
a fun.
I mean, you think about this year. Like, we have a terrible, or we have a tough bracket, but okay, with Dean, would we beat UC Irvine? Yes. Does it matter if we play Oregon or Wisconsin? No.
Yeah, so it'd be that Virginia game.
Okay, if out of all the 1 seeds that are there, I'll take Virginia.
I'd probably take Gonzaga just because I wouldn't want to watch K-State score like 11 points in a game, but
the game ends at 11-15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that we're the same type of team, so it would just be ugly, and I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
Like, I can't take, last year, I would rather lose to, who is another team that was, I'd rather lose to
Michigan,
not KU, but I'd rather lose to Michigan last year than Loyola Chicago.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like, oh, well, we had Loyola Chicago to go to the Final Four and we didn't get it. Which I know that they're a very good team, but at the same time, it's like, okay, would you rather have Gonzaga or or Virginia? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Probably a shitty way to think of it, but
yeah.
Either way. By this time you're listening to this, it might all be over.
All of our hot takes are probably exposed.
Yeah, that's all right.
But
all right, is that it?
Yeah.
Sam, you have any final thoughts for the?
No, I just wanted to get in the cats there at the end a little bit. So hopefully you can make a good tourney run and surprise people. Apparently, by being a 4 seed that beats a 13, which will be a surprise to the nation. Shock the world.
Shock the world, as they say. So, all right. Well, talk to you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
All right.
See ya. Nah.